handout, which I did. No?
Thank you.
Anybody else? Late arrival. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about problem solving. Pretty much, well basically, since the time we were born, we've thought about problems that have faced us, and we have to discover answers to get over these problems. So it's a basic human learning strategy in itself already. So today we're going to think about how we put that into a teaching strategy. But first we're going to look at three major features of problem solving. So a problem needs to be solved. I might just use this highlighter, it's going to be fun. So a problem needs to be solved. That's an eraser. A problem needs to be solved. Problem solved. Very good. That problem is just solved. That's a very good example. We don't have all the knowledge to solve the problem, therefore in order to solve something new is learn. And real life problems rarely have one solution and often do not have the best solution. So it's very important to think about real life problems, because that way it gives kids or students a reason to solve the problem if they can relate to the problem. And there's four characteristics of a problem. They should be substantial rather than trivial. So they need to have more than one outcome rather than just one simple outcome. Have a realistic goal, which again, it gives students some kind of reason to get a solution. And there should be major obstacles to get over, and again, motivation for the solution. They all sort of interconnect with each other anyway. So if we look at problem-based learning, which is how we turn it into a teaching strategy, I'll refer as a PBL curriculum. So what is problem-based learning? It's a comprehensive set of real, complex problems that provide learners with opportunities to acquire knowledge, understanding and skills that are designed by the curriculum outcomes. So we can look at the curriculum as the actual problem as being a teacher. So in the curriculum there's going to be certain points that you need to get the students to overcome. So if you just look at the curriculum as the problem. So, sorry, I'm getting lost in my words, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah? Okay, good. So, moving on. When and why we use problem-based learning. It encourages independent learning. It's rewarding for students to learn from their own efforts. So, giving them a problem to work through individually, then they get a solution, it's going to be really rewarding for them. Critical thinking skills informs the teacher abilities and special talents of students, develops thinking skills, and encourages students to be metacognitive, so they start thinking for themselves. So when solving a problem, so keep this in mind because we are going to solve the problem very shortly. Think about the problem, choose, try and test strategies for solving it, and finally find an answer. So I've got Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hacks here. So if you want to just have a quick look at these, this is going to help. You don't have to use these as ways to solve the problem, but they may help guide you in coming up with it. Definitely for group discussions, these hacks are very, very helpful. I'm going to find my way through this maze up here. So the different coloured hats, you've got the white one, which is all about the information that you know about it, about the situation, about the problem. Sorry, the camera's just hello. The red hat is emotions and feelings. Yellow hat's all the positive things about it. Black's negative, green's the creative side, and blue's finding the outcome. So now, thinking of that, this is our problem we're facing today. The world is going to explode, which is a pretty big problem. But then the problem we actually have is that we have a rocket that's going to go to this new planet to recolonize. There's only 8 spots on there. So the government has chosen 10 people from all around the world, best at their profession. And so you just have to now decide, on the back of your worksheets here, there is a list of people with age, profession, and gender. So if you go through those in your groups, keeping in mind the 6 thinking hats with each character there, I'd like you to try and choose 2 people to leave behind on Earth while it explodes, and who 8 should go to recolonise this new planet. So you have about 2 minutes? 2 minutes to discuss. I think it might be easier just to choose, instead of thinking of 8 people to stay, just choose 2 people to leave.
You just have to stop.
Just press stop.
Yeah.
2 people did you leave behind?
I personally,
Okay.
female 46-year-old.
But what about as a group?
Well, there's teachers who get great, so you're on the lawyer. Didn't get to the section.
Okay. So you definitely want the lawyer gone. Okay, so this group wants the lawyer gone. So who?
We were just considering the lawyer.
The lawyer as well.
But then the other side of that is you've got to establish new laws.
Yeah, but maybe one of those other people will be able to do that.
Yeah, so maybe we get rid of him.
Sort of like Lot, the doctor. He became a really nice too. Does anyone see Lot?
What kind of minister is it? Isn't like a
Religious minister, yeah. Mitch asked that question. I didn't say out loud, but everyone was too busy talking. So, what about you guys? Who did you
But you have the minister and the chef, but we're all debating on the chef because she's funny, so
Yeah.
maybe we need an older
So
person.
you've got a third guy there.
But then everyone
Anyway, so I wanted to find any common people. Like you've got lawyer. You said.
Yeah, but we've sort of forgotten about the ages.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to stop it there because this is going on to limitations now. One limitation of problem solving is it takes a long time. Like it's not something that can be done in 10 minutes or 3 minutes. Like it's a long process. Not only that, it's also it takes a lot of preparation for the teacher because you've got to look at the curriculum and you've got to go, how do I get the children or the students to get to this point, but not by giving them the direct answer because that reduces it to an exercise. Other limitations. Oh yeah, if the students don't see the relevance of this, this problem, then they're not going to be interested in finding the answer. And students may miss out on important things that you want them to learn, so it's important to monitor the class group activities because they might be getting off topic, they might be using incorrect strategy. Anyway, I think that's about all I can talk about today because I've run out of time. But thank you, everybody. You did good. And homework is read page 242 to 250 of your textbooks.